McKinney, facing a lawsuit that the city's electioneering ordinance is unconstitutional. McKinney City Council members voted 5-0 Tuesday night to strike a controversial rule that established special areas for election canvassing. Council members Chuck Branch and Tracy Rath abstained. Mayor George Fuller said that he stands behind the original ordinance and the reasons for drafting it, but that with runoffs in the Texas primaries just weeks away, the pending litigation had become a distraction. It's a complex issue, but we will look at it again. We will discuss it again, Fuller said before the meeting, saying he planned to revive the matter after the runoffs in response to strong sentiment from residents that it should be revisited. Judge grants temporary injunction against McKinney electioneering ordinance last month. State District Judge Benjamin N. Smith ruled in favor of a temporary injunction blocking the ordinance, saying the city hadn't shown a compelling governmental interest that justified enforcing the ordinance in its restrictions. A trial date was set for September 4 to determine whether or not the injunction will become permanent. But attorneys said Tuesday that it's unclear how the vote to amend the ordinance would impact the pending litigation. State law requires that campaign workers stay 100 feet away from a polling location. But McKinney's ordinance, unanimously approved last October, created designated areas beyond that zone where people can post or hand out political information outside some polling places. According to its wording, the ordinance aimed to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. In one instance, the ordinance confined campaigners to a muddy field. Some described it as a swamp, southwest of the John and Judy Gay Public Library. In one instance, McKinney's electioneering ordinance forced campaign workers into what they described as a muddy swamp outside the voting station at the city's John and Judy Gay Public Library. File photo. In March, campaign workers for Philip Huffines, who lost the March 6 Republican primary for the Texas Senate District 8 seat to Angela Paxton, filed a complaint after they received citations on the last day of early voting for violating the ordinance. Attorney Joseph Nixon, who represents the campaign workers, has said McKinney's ordinance is unconstitutional and that the designated areas prohibit free speech. He called the council's vote to amend the ordinance a good move, but said he didn't yet know how the change would influence the lawsuit, saying that depends on the interest of his clients. He said the lawsuit will remain as long as the campaign workers' citations are pending. Judge says he has concerns about controversial McKinney electioneering ordinance. I'm pleased the city amended this unconstitutional ordinance to recognize the protected right of free speech, he said in a message. City leaders have said the ordinance was approved after some voters in the May 2017 local election took issue with electioneering at the John and Judy Gay Public Library. Council members said they were only trying to improve the voting experience in the city and received overwhelmingly supportive feedback from residents about the designated areas and the ability to vote without being harassed. McKinney said to defend controversial voting ordinance, "We weren't creating a law to take away rights from people's rights or to trample on anybody's rights," Councilmember Lashadian Shumwell said Tuesday night. In late February, Councilmember Branch prompted his colleagues to discuss revising the ordinance after hearing threats of a lawsuit. But the council left the ordinances as. While Branch didn't attend Tuesday night's meeting, he told the council during its work session Monday that he supported amending the ordinance to remove the designated areas.